Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel. I'm here for Queen & Co today. I want to show you the shaped shaker kit. It's a tag shaped shaker kit that is new from Queen & Co. I want to show you everything that comes inside the package, and then I'm going to show you how I made these two cards, which were super fun, quick and easy to make. So to begin with, the shaped shaker kit for tags for Queen & Co, it comes with 3 different types of tags. You get 3 different dies, and then you get the foam shapes for each one. You get 3 of each tag. So there's a circle tag, kind of a square typical looking tag, and then kind of like a pennant tag. So again, you get the dies for each of those, and then you get the acetate pieces and the foam shapes. I'm going to tape the back of a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 white piece of cardstock down to this stencil, and I'm going to use some Distress Oxide ink to cover up the open parts of the stencil to create a poinsettia background. And this is really easy to do with a mini foam blender. I'm just going and rubbing over those open spots, and you can see when I pull off that tape, it's got a great little poinsettia background. So I used the circle tag die, and I cut out from the Delightful Dots matte stack in red and green. And now I'm going to punch out the foam shapes that are inside. You're just going to use that border there. So I'm going to peel off the backing and lay it on my card panel for both circles. I'm going to make some Christmas decorations out of these circle tags. I'm going to use some tape runner to adhere the small dot side facing up for both of the insides of the shakers. So you can see that the Delightful Dots matte stack has double-sided paper. It's larger dots on one side and the tiny white dots on the other side. I'm going to put some EK Success powder tool around the sides of the foam shapes. That's just going to keep your toppings and anything you put inside these shakers moving around freely without sticking to the sides. I'm using the metallic dots. These are the silver ones inside there, and I have grabbed the acetate circles. They come inside the kit. So I'm going to pull off the top protective layer and lay down my acetate, and that's going to create my shaker. I'm going to do that for both of these circles. And again, I'm just going to add a few more extra metallic dots in that one. I felt like it wasn't full enough. Again, these acetate pieces are die cut and ready to go. This is why this kit, it makes it so easy for you. So now the die also cuts the frame, which lays on top of the shaker so that you don't see that white foam piece. So I'm going to just add some tape runner again behind this and just lay it right on top, and it does really look like a little Christmas ornament. So I'm going to go around and do the same thing for the green tag. Again, I'm going to lay that right on top of the acetate, and you can use any kind of tape runner for that. Now my shakers are ready to go, and so to complete my card, I'm going to take a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 top folding note card, and I'm going to adhere some fun foam to it. That's going to pop up this whole panel, which also has those shakers popped up on top. Now I'm just going to tie some baker's twine. I have green and white for the green ornament. So I'm just going to tie a bow at the top right around that tabbed opening on the top of the tag. And then I'm going to run a line of Ranger Multimedia Matte from the top of the tag to the top of the card panel. I'm going to cut enough that I'll be able to wrap it behind the card panel there. So I'm going to do the same exact thing with the red ornament, tie a bow right around that opening on the top there, and then trim those edges. And then run a line of Ranger Multimedia Matte from the top of that little tag all the way to the top of the card panel. And then I'm going to lay down a piece of twine that's going to make it look like the ornaments are hanging from the top of the card panel. So now I'm going to run a couple of lines of Ranger Multimedia Matte behind the card panel and just bend those pieces of twine behind. Next, I'm going to use the Thermoweb Memory Runner XL, which is the tape runner, to adhere that whole card panel on top of the fun foam. And that is the basis for the card. I grabbed a few of the Queen & Co donuts in white and green, and then also a few iridescent pearls in red. And I'm just going to embellish these little decorations. I really like the touch of glitter that those donuts add and the shine that the iridescent pearls add. So the next thing I need to do is to add a sentiment for this card. So I stamped and heat embossed Merry Christmas on 2 pieces of black cardstock, and I'm going to cut some tails and line these up on the right hand bottom part of the card. So I decided that I wanted to pop them up, so I grabbed some foam tape and cut that in half lengthwise so that I could lay those tabs right on top of the fun foam, and then just peel off the backing and lay them down on the card. And that pretty much completes this shaker card, which was so easy to put together. You could actually definitely mass produce these. I think they'd be a lot of fun for the holidays. For the second tag shaped shaker card, I'm going to use some Thermoweb iCraft Easy Cut adhesive, and I'm going to put a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2-inch piece of white cardstock directly onto this adhesive. It's basically just a thin layer of adhesive that you can cut or tear. I'm going to cut it down to the card panel size, and that's going to cover my entire piece of white cardstock, which is my card panel, in a thin layer of adhesive, making it much easier for me to create the rainbow out of the Delightful Dots matte stack that I have cut apart into about 3/4 of an inch strip. So I'm going to peel off the protective layer, and that's going to reveal the adhesive on the white cardstock. And then I'm going to start with a Roy G. Biv of colors, and I'm just going to lay them down on the adhesive. This is super easy, and it's a great way to create your own colorful background. I'm going to end with pink there, even though that's not the traditional Roy G. Biv. I'm going to turn it over and cut off the edges there and just put those to the side. And now I'm going to cut off that one little tiny bit of white cardstock on the bottom that still had adhesive on it. Now to create my shaped tag shaker, I'm going to punch out the middle and peel off the backing and lay it down on my rainbow card panel. I have die cut the tag out of black cardstock, you can see on the side there. So I'm just adding some EK Success powder tool now because I don't want the powder on the black cardstock. So next I'm going to use my Thermoweb tape runner and adhere that black cardstock inside the shape of the tag. Next, I'm going to grab a rainbow of toppings. These are the pops, and they're small little round beads almost, but they don't have a hole in them or anything. They're super cute, and they're bright colors. So I'm going to take a rainbow and add those inside that tag. Now I'm going to peel off the protective layer on top and grab the die cut shape that matches the foam shape that I'm using and lay it right on top of that adhesive foam. Finally, I'm going to take the frame that I die cut out of black cardstock, put some tape runner behind it, and lay that right over the white foam to cover that up, and also to add the top of the tag with the hole. Now that the shaker portion is done, I'm going to work on my sentiment. I cut another strip of the Delightful Dots in the light blue, and I am stamping a sentiment right on top of that. I cut the strip to exactly line up with the tag. So now I'm going to take the tape runner and put it on a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2-inch top folding note card, and I've trimmed down the panel to a little bit smaller so that we get that nice white border around the whole outline of the background. Now I'm going to put some tape runner on the back of the sentiment strip and add that to the tag. I'm going to take a piece of black and white twine and I'm going to fold it over and put it through the tag hole and then just tie it, and that creates a fun little knot on the top of the tag. And that pretty much completes this tag shaped shaker card. So easy to create. This would be great for a birthday or any other celebration that you have. And I love these tags because they are so versatile and can be used in so many different ways on a number of different themed cards. If you're interested in any of the supplies that I used today, they will all be linked down below. I want to thank you so much for stopping by today. Have a great day.